Hello friends, thank you for watching, thank you for tuning back in. This week we find ourselves back in Austria. So I'm in a little place called Melk, which is about an hour and a half outside Vienna, and it's a stunning place. I absolutely love it here. It's if I had to pick somewhere around the globe where I had to point my finger and say I could live, indefinitely, I'd move here without a shadow of a doubt. It's just it's a stunning place. It's lovely. And I'm here for another couple of days, and one of the things which I've been doing while I've been in here, because I was in Italy a couple of days ago, which I did some footage on, and I was in Vienna, which I also did some footage on, and I'm now back in Austria. I'm back in Melk. So what I'm going to do is we're going to have another look at a fuse board here, and we're just going to compare the difference, because in the comments a lot of people are saying how different the wiring and the electrics, just the way things are done in Great Britain. Actually, scratch that, it isn't great, it's just Britain. So yeah, it's basically, we're just going to compare the differences and see what is so different over here, because from having a quick look, there are so many things that are different. It's not, I mean, I went into Obi, which is it's Austria's version of B&Q. It is so different. There's no, you walk into the electrical aisle and there's just no similarities. Everything is different. So it is interesting. It's really interesting when you start looking at how other places around the world work. It's really quite interesting. So anyway, let me walk down there and we'll have a look. Okay, so this fuse board here, again, there are some similarities with Italy, where I was doing some recording the other day, but there are no similarities to the UK. It is completely different. So the first thing, so this is a 3-bedroom house here. So we've got, it looks like we've got a metal enclosure. Oh, is it plastic? That's plastic. It looks like we've got a plastic enclosure again. Yeah, it's there's a metal frame, but the actual enclosure is plastic with a metal door on the front, which was, funnily enough, that's exactly the same as what they had in Italy. It was a plastic enclosure, metal with a metal cover. So I don't know whether that's something that's particularly common here. I'm guessing it is. And we've got the same thing in Italy, which is we've got 20 and what looks like 32mm copexes, and that's how they bring the cabling into the board, because I can't, yeah, the top of the enclosure is it's just hollow. So they just bring the pipes in like this. And again, they're using singles. It looks like we've got an RCD again. What's that? 0.0? Yeah, so that's a 30 milliamp RCD. So it looks like we've got a front end RCD again. We've also got, goodness, what's going on here? There just seems to be no coordination between colours. We've got brown, blue, green. We seem to have a whole variety of colours here. There doesn't seem to be any coordination between colours. I'm really quite perplexed. I'm not sure, is this the standard in Austria? I honestly don't know. I can't even really make head to tail of it. We've got, this looks like, so this looks like it would be a buzz bar. I'm not going to touch any of this, but it looks like this is a buzz bar which has been fabricated out of 2.5 by the looks of it. But then we've got some which come out the bottom here. This is completely different to the UK. I mean, this really is just totally, there are no similarities. The only similarities is they're using an RCD. That's basically it. This looks like this actually looks like a 3-phase, yeah, because those are the 3 phases coming in by the looks of it from the meter. Those then go up to here, and each of we've got different phases here by the looks of it. That's why they've branched off on different. So we've got 16, 16. So these are 3 phases. I'm guessing these are for the boiler. There's a big boiler in the room next door, which I'm guessing is for that, the wood burner and stuff. I would guess that's for that. So we've got 2 16 amp triple pole isolators. We've got 16s. We've got, what types we've got? These are written as L16, which again, I don't know. L16, L16, that's L10. I have no idea what the L, I don't know. L12, we've got 12 amp breaker there. And then down here, we've got the more modern ones. So we've got B16, this is what we have in the UK. We've got the B16 breaker with the new type. We saw this in Italy actually, this type of where they put them into ferrules and those then go into the top of the breaker. We've got a B13, I haven't seen one of those before, but I've got a few of them. And that's, I'm guessing, the main isolator. But you can turn them off individually by the looks of it, unless there was some sort of handle here which isn't, I don't know, I got no idea. Okay, so I'm not really sure what to make of this, because somebody who does live in Austria or in this area, or even knows anything about Austrian electrics, is this the norm? Is this what we normally see? Because I'm a bit perplexed. I'm not really sure what to make of it. It all seems, it's just, there's no similarities to the UK. The only similarity we've got a 3-phase RCD, and I've got an isolator, but the isolator, I don't know, I don't really know what to make of it. Leave your thoughts below, leave your comments below, let us know if you've worked on this sort of stuff. It'd just be interesting to see what, you know, what other sparks around the world make of it. So yeah, I'd really appreciate your feedback, leave it below. The other thing that I've noticed that is so common here in Austria, and I also saw it in Italy as well, it was very common there, is this thing about when they're doing pipe work, they don't pipe the corners. I'll show you an example up here. So up here is a classic example. I saw this in a shopping centre the other day, brand new shopping centre. This was how it was done. So you've got your, what looks to be, I think they're using like a 16mm pipe and a 25mm, maybe. But anyway, the point is they don't bother putting pipe on the bends. They just leave them out. And again, down here at the switch, they just leave it. That's it. If I did that in the UK, honestly, if another spark came behind me, they would have, honestly, they'd have a field day over this. So I just don't get what, I don't know. Can somebody fill me in on why this is the case? Because this is everywhere I see this. This isn't like an isolated thing. This is something I've seen. I've seen it everywhere. So we were in a shopping centre the other day, and this was exactly how they'd done. All the pipe work along the ceiling, and they just get to a corner and they just cut it out and leave it. That's it. So if anybody knows the answer to that, also leave it in the comments. Is that something that is just in Austria, or is that in other parts of Europe? Because I know in the UK, we're not allowed to do that. That would be unthinkable, to be honest. If I started doing that, everybody would start calling you a, you know, a rogue, you know. So it'd be interesting to know if anyone knows the answer to that. Chuck it in the comments as well. So yeah, it's a stunning part of the world. I love it here. It's an amazing place, I've been lucky enough. The weather's been on our side for most of it, so I've managed to get some pretty good drone footage here, which I'll show you now.